Well, hello. Joey's back in lockdown, as is the rest of Victoria. So we've got lots to talk about. We have got lawsuits, we've got filings, we've got Twitter, we have got so much to talk about, and I've got 5 days in which to do it. I have all the time in the world. So let's get started. If my thing will start. Nothing's working right. Okay, wow. So today it was announced that Victoria would go into 5 days of complete and utter lockdown. We have 4 reasons to which we are able to leave the house. Work, if you can't do it from home. School, if you can't do it from home. So there's at-risk kids or children of essential workers, they can go to school, but everybody else can't. So if you can learn at home, you can go out and get groceries, essentials. And I don't know why people lined up and bought all the toilet rolls again, because guess what? The shops will be open again tomorrow. You can go for medical appointments, or if you've got to care for somebody that needs medical assistance, and you're allowed to exercise. You're allowed to exercise for 2 hours a day. So there you go. Other than that, we're not allowed out. But you know what? We've done this before. We did it for 8 months. This is 5 days. Hal froze over said it's just like a long weekend. We're just having a long, long weekend. So I on the train the other day was absolutely shocked to see that filing. And I know that many, many of the lawyers have covered it, which I thought, which was, it just, oh, Maz says, I got a roll and a half of loo paper left, so fingers crossed I can find some. Well, it's funny. Somebody was saying today that they literally had to buy loo paper, and they were getting lots of dirty looks. So it's funny. Well, I know somebody was selling a sheet of toilet paper for $500, which I thought was a bit rich. So as I said, we know. I'm glad that you've all missed me. I've all missed you too. So all of my shifts have been cancelled. I'm assuming my Tuesday shift will be cancelled too, and my first shift back will be maybe Thursday, but I don't know. But we'll see what happens, you know. I've got loo paper. I just got a box sent to me. I subscribe. I get loo paper. I get 24 rolls, and we don't go through them that quickly. So I still haven't quite got my head around what Brown is doing. A couple of things. So straight off the bat, I'm certain the judge had said not to file that there were to be no more filings. And if there were to be filings, they had to be discussed with the other side. Well, I sort of get the opinion that it wasn't discussed with the other side. It's funny, gal. And the other thing is, Brown, in one of his declarations, spent so much time talking about how he'd offered to help Laurie Ann for free and that he was not her client. And now he's trying to say that Salt's tried to steal his client. Like, what planet is the guy on? Loo paper. Sounds so fancy pants. Yes, it does. Does anyone know what planet Brown is on? The dynamic jury bully. So, same on KJs. Well, let's just say they seem to be very well suited to each other. But if you remember last week, or I don't know, one other time we watched the video where she said that they were going to counter sue and Saltsy. So, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I am not a lawyer, but this is my opinion. All right. My opinion is that I think they've been looking for something to try and get Saltsy with. And you were surprised with how cheap he was. I'll freeze over here. But the thing is, Salts has to respond. But I just you can't in one declaration say she's not my client. She thought she was my client, but she's not my client. And besides, Lorianne never signed anything. There was nothing stated to say that they had a client attorney relationship. But then and then to turn around in this to say, well, Saltsy did bad faith because he tried to steal my client. He knew that she was my client. No, she wasn't, Brownie. You're just having it's what we call having a tanty. You didn't get your own way. It's funny how he's saying that Lorianne is mentally unstable because he spoke to the other side. But her mental state was no concern of them when she was going to file for them. There was no concern about the fact her statement could be unreliable until she flicked. And then suddenly, oh, she's unstable. Oh, like, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. She's either not mentally sound, and therefore neither side can use her, or she's mentally sound. It sounds like the fact is, it's like, I saw somebody describe it like, and then they question her credibility and mental state, but she was, yes, that's right. That's right, pretend. I want a sound grab of no, Brown, you're having a tanty. It's a tanty. No, Brown, you're having a tanty. And the whole fact is, right, we haven't even got to jurisdiction. So if, for example, the judge said there is no jurisdiction, this has all been wasted. Absolutely wasted. What a waste of money. There's two things that I think. So I think that there's been a vendetta against Salts from the start. They've been looking for a way to get him. All right. And two, there's a tanty going on. Maybe there's a third reason. Oh, and three, jurisdiction. If the judge rules jurisdiction, her declaration's useless anyway. So what does it matter? Unless they know they're going to lose jurisdiction. Unless they know they're going to lose jurisdiction. And the other reason is that KJ wants someone to pay for her legal bills because her content's garbage anyway. I don't know whether you saw her today. This is like KJ said many, many times that she was out to get Saltsy. Yes, and that's what I think this is all this. This is stop all the tanties. Joe's merch, stop all the tanties. Yes. I'm just going to show you. This was her today. Guess what? She talked about a court document today. She called it an exclusive. Look at this, but she doesn't even read it. And yet she's complaining about certain people doing stuff.
And the lawsuit was filed in April of 2020. and she left the show in December. At the heart of the dispute is revenue not only that she earned through endorsements and products that she promoted, but also through income that she derived from Teen Mom 2, according to the complaint that was filed in New York Federal District Court. According to the complaint, the company alleges that they negotiated various endorsements for Chelsea, including companies that she has prominently promoted on her Instagram, such as Hair Wand, the car seat candle, Perfect Fab Fit Fun.
Okay, so here's my question, right? So she's got this court document that she's called an exclusive up. She's not even reading it, right? She's not even reading it. And yet that's okay. But people that read her documents somehow, who read the documents word for word, she goes over. Like, what is her problem? According to Emily D. Baker, even if KJ wins, she still has to pay her legal fees. That's interesting. Oh, you got blocked? Oh, dear. Yeah, well, if that is true, yes, you're correct. It does. It jeopardizes the thing. It jeopardizes that lawsuit. I mean, she'd be stupid. Oh, wait on. Yeah. That was just opinion, not fact. That was just opinion. No potty mouth, that's right. Oh, dear. I don't know why I'm flickering. I haven't worked out why I'm flickering, but I'm flickering. I was going to ask, am I flickering on my end? Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Flicker, flicker, flicker. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Sorry, I've always wanted to do that. Oh, maybe my computer doesn't want to be in lockdown anymore. Isn't that when it flickers? With in Star Wars, like there's flickering. So Twitter's been really interesting now because I was really interested to see. Oh, thank you, Ginger. Thank you. Do you know I had a sub tell me today why they unsubscribed. Apparently, I idolize the Premier. Oops, it flickered again. Daniel Andrews with my post, but I didn't think that I was. I was just stating fact. I hope not. I couldn't handle it if it does it again. Maybe it's just me. Still, I know there's still another couple of hours here. What am I doing? What am I doing talking to you guys? Yeah, I watch most of her videos as well. I've also watched Uncivil Law, and I've watched Nate. I've watched quite a few of the lawyers' takes on it as well. I'm talking to you when I could be out partying for another 3 hours before. Maybe I might do a video, love after lockdown or life after lockdown. Oh, boy, that's funny. I don't know why I keep flickering. I reckon it's StreamYard. It flickered before and I tried to reset it. It was funny hearing you talk to yourself in no chat. Yeah, well, you'd think I was used to it with kids and the cat. Cats, sorry. Yeah, I watched those, yeah. So we know February 11 was the big day, and look, there was some clues that something was happening. There were some clues, but I was too slow to pick them together. So let's do Twitter time with Joe. I don't know whether it's the lights or whether it's my screen. I think it's my screen, and I don't know why. Ooh, see the lights go down on Broadway. Hello, Kim. So this was the 11th. She says, good morning. I have a feeling today is going to be a good day. And someone says, I miss your videos. I'm glad you're having a good day. You are pathetic, Katie. It seems it is killing you that Emily is a smart and beautiful woman, something you will never be. You are and always will be the laughing stock of YouTube. You are vile and disgusting. Wow. Well, that's a perspective. That's somebody's opinion. So then, because she goes on a rant soon. So then she says, hello, Fresh has been fun, but OMG, the recipes are so rich, high calorie and high fat. We've both gained weight. Going to take a break from the meals for a hot minute. Yikes, their lowest calorie meals are rarely under 600 calories. You can contact them and ask them to change your recipes to something else, like switch for vegan or vegetarian meals instead. Those would help reduce. No, they only offer 23 options a week, and they allow us to edit our menus every week. And then someone else has put a link there. I've got gremlins, all right. If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you can call? Troll Busters. There's something weird and it don't look good. Who you gonna call? Troll Busters. I am hell froze over. I'm getting allow and discard, I think. Yes, so she's on about health. Well, it's funny how she's saying about weight gain, but I thought it was the M&Ms that she ate that was the problem. Anyway. Hello, Beth. So then Zag says, I realize this may seem like a lot of calories, but 600 to 850 calories for dinner isn't out of whack if on an 1800 calorie day. That is low to normal intake for women of your age. One way is to add more veggies and stretch the meal to 3 to 4 servings, cuts calories by 20 to 30%. It can't possibly be all the alcohol you consume daily, huh? The red wine she drinks alone is roughly 650 calories, and that's lowballing it, not counting the day she's sloppy drunk on lives. Oh, I've got all these merch ideas. Oh, Troll Busters, hey? Yeah, but she didn't get the sponsorship, so now she's going to ditch it. But I think it's more like, I think it might be the fact that she can't afford it. And I'm sorry, I'm still flickering. See, it's only me. It's not the actual, must be my camera. All right. So, yeah, that's lowballing up, counting the day she's sloppy drunk on her lives. Seriously, I'm trying to be helpful and supportive. Why are you hell-bent on being nasty, untruthful, and bullying? Actually, don't bother answering. We all know you're projecting your own problems and insecurities by being cruel. Please find something more productive to do with your time. Thank you. Ooh, the ride and die. Dominus, it's really great. I don't know how, but thank you for coming, for joining me. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry that I'm flashing. I'd rather be flashing this way than another way. Just saying. So that was that one. That was HelloFresh. Blah blah blah. Zag, her current ride or die. So here she is, and this absolutely disgusts me. Anna Duggar pregnant. Jessica Duggar accidentally exposes Anna's likely pregnancy. Oh. I'm not flashing. I'm flickering. Oh, okay. Maybe I thought maybe more people might come to the channel. I don't know. All right. So apparently Jesse will show the video, and Anna has a bit of a tummy, and of course that means she has to be pregnant. It's lots. Yeah, I'd like to see her with Dr. Grande, actually, see what he makes of her, seeing she idolizes him. So then we've got this one. Audrey Roloff slams trolls. Then it is funny. This tweet appeared at the same time. As I found out that there was a new document filed. Coincidence? Hell froze over. Well, that's correct. I mean, who doesn't have a bit of... And don't forget, she's had a few kids too. I know that I've had people ask me when I'm due, and like I'm going, I'm not even pregnant. I mean, it's really rude to make that assumption. It's horrible. Now that's an interesting hypothesis. We like to put out hypotheses. We don't do gossip. I understand her fascination about the Duggars. If they want a huge family, that is their choice. It's not her business, as Dominus. Correct. Pretend we love having you here. Yes, we do. We love having you here. Wind whispers. After I had a child from C-section, it was hard to lose the weight and have to ask someone if you're pregnant with something very depressing. It is. It's very depressing and irritating. And particularly if you were desperately trying, or you were trying to get pregnant, people asking you, what did Uncivil say about these sanctions? He wasn't very impressed. There was one point where he reckoned if he was salty, he could drive a truck through the argument. He doesn't like lawyers going after other lawyers, and he was not very impressed that Brown was trying to say Laurie Ann was his client when he was saying she wasn't previously. You know, you can't have the old saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You know, you just can't. Either she's your client or she's not your client. And if she's not your client, then... And he also posed the prospect that both of them could possibly be telling the truth, because it's about what they believe. They may have that belief, and the only person that can fill the gaps is her. Yeah, oh, wow. For a woman to come... Oh, no. That's right, pretend. It's like disgusting to even mention it, you know. And look, we don't know what if she is. Why would they? I mean, yeah. Then she posted this: super exhausted but feeling hopeful and energized. I'm over here thinking my life in my little office is feeling pretty good these days. So somebody was very happy with a certain filing. That seems to change within a week after these celebratory posts. Be humble. So someone's called her out on it. The best smack talk, no talk at all. Like, why? Why does she have to do that? You say it best when you say nothing at all. All right. So then she goes on to, so for the family of the medical assistant that was shot and killed yesterday in Buffalo, she had 2 small children. So she shared a fundraiser. Yeah, I think she thinks she's getting her money back. Her office is the living room. Wind Whisper says she needs to be used to small. She might be in the cell. Yeah. Just go so giddy and smug in that Instagram live. It was obvious. And now we know that filing was about to drop. No, she wouldn't be. No, she's not a good poker player. She would not be a good poker player because there was mumblings going around like in Discord and that something had to be afoot because she just there was this feeling. All right. Outdoored sneak peek. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. So she's got here. That's right, pretend it is the worst time. And then here you go. Here's another one. What happens in the dark always comes to light. Don't think there is a light in your sinking ship. The depths you're sinking is very cold, dark, and lonely. Enjoy what you weep. She does, and particularly if they're more. And I think the reason why she goes after the Duggars is that she can't understand why she thinks she's better than them, and she can't understand why they're more successful than her and more popular than her. So KJ stole this quote off her sub again. Katie is far from original. So someone's posted there. So the truth will reveal itself. So this is what someone posted on she shared this on her Instagram. Somebody commented, it always does. What people do in the dark always comes to light. I see you. You are amazing. So she stole it from one of her comments. Didn't even credit the person. Like, at least if you're going to take something, credit them. Idiot, in my opinion. I am a man. I don't know what women go through having a child, but I respect them for going through the pain and trauma to give life. Will he possibly be involved in... Don't know. Not playing anything with that. Mothers are superheroes. Yes, they are. She's saying yes, she is. All right. Then someone else says, this is originally from QAnon. And then someone else says, actually, it's a verse in the Bible, the one she doesn't believe in. It's older than you think. It's a biblical quote, which IMO makes it more amusing. Looking at you quoting the Bible. Interesting, there's nothing concealed that will not be disclosed or hidden that will not be made known. What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight. What you have whispered in the ear in the inner rooms will be proclaimed in the roof. Luke 12, 2-3. So again, she's been caught out sharing the Bible. So someone says always, so jealousy is not a good look for you. I guess it kind of hurts you can't get over 1,000 in a live, let alone 6,000 or 10,000. Pretend says, I thought her dog ate the Bible. Oh, shut up. You're all so damn insufferable. It's pathetic. Apparently, Big C has spoken. Big C has spoken. Really? Everyone's pathetic because they pointed out that that's a Bible verse? Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. When you light a candle, you also cast a shadow. Ursula K. Lee. People do anything, no matter how absurd, in order to avoid facing their own souls. One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making darkness conscious. Carl Jung. Gee, subtle jabs from Saltsy considered harassment. How is this not harassment too? Different rules, different folks. Well, I've been blocked and I do not care. This woman is living in an alternate universe and no one likes her because of her actions. I pray I'm never this delusional and pathetic. We'll have a look. She has no idea who she is. I see her copying other people's mannerisms and the way they talk. Somebody did say that in the video where she was doing the lawsuit that she actually it was emulating Emily for a little bit. So she obviously is watching her. She gets so offended by it. Yes, she does. This was a desperate attack by Brown to get attorney fees paid by the Westbrooks. I suspect KJ ran out of money and he's working for free by this point. Hello, Christy. This seems to be trying to remove Salt from Tati's case, drag Emily into proceeding. Now it appears KJ isn't paying for some of Brown's work because he wants his coin from Salt's. Not paying for your attorney's fees. It sounds a bit like Trump. She was saying you all as a Texan. Wow. Congratulations. You get the hashtag blocked by Katie Joy. So Phyllis, she started saying you all. Wow. You can't tell me that she's not watching Emily, hey? I wonder if the Bible... I don't know. All right, so we're still, I mean, at the moment, we're still on February 11. We're not there. IMO, Judge Judy would never okay the fees. Look, I don't think... I just don't know what they think that they're going to achieve. All that's going to happen is that Lorianne will be deemed a unreliable witness, and they can't rely on her documentation, and that goes for both sides. So, like, they both. I mean, who's going to be the biggest loser? Oh, that sounds like a TV show. All right. So we've had that. Now we've got something else here. She's quoting TMZ here. Ooh. Dr. Obling in Los Angeles developed a solvent based upon chemistry of Gorilla Glue and was able to get the hair out of Tessica's hair. Isn't it supposed to be Jessica's? He did the entire surgery for free. He said her scalp was very irritated and her hair was very stiff. It's out. Thank goodness. She's probably happy. That doctor's amazing. Now let's hand her the Darwin Award. She most definitely deserves it. If you are that dumb, you deserve to get what you get. She has to be the dumbest adult, and if she's sued Gigi and Gorilla settles, I'll be annoyed. Any 10-year-old would know not to put glue in your hair. Yes, Gail, but by trying to get Salts to say that he did it, because they're trying to say that Lorianne was confused. So my point is, I said I don't know this for a fact, but really the judge could end up throwing out both sides, and then I'm sure there'd be other Washington residents that will stand up and say, yes, it was me, that she can't get to. So now this was a really interesting thread, and I don't know whether this again is aimed at Saltsy, but I thought it was interesting. I think many men in Hollywood that have used, and there's a whole, when it's a very long thread. Yes, she did. When people seek to silence one person, they will seek to silence anyone else that dares to share their truth. Intimidation, threats, and money have been used for decades by the rich to intimidate the free speech. Do not be silenced ever. Be brave, seek truth. That's what she said. So who's she having to go at there? I think many men in Hollywood that have used intimidation, fear, and threats to silence victims of sexual abuse from speaking out. People have a right to share their stories or report on public figures without fear of retaliation, financial ruin, or fear of physical safety. And Marie, I think you might be right, but you could read that about, you could she's now going to get it. But it's just interesting that this has all happened. This was after, but this was the same day her response was done. Yeah. Yes, I know, but she's alluding to herself, of course. When a perpetrator successfully silences one person through humiliation, character assassination, or financial ruin, they will generally use this technique over and over. Think Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Cosby, and now allegedly Marilyn Manson. This behavior by the rich and affluent to silence and intimidate, because she's used silence and intimidate, I think, in every single tweet so far. Not only their victims, but also the press has long been used by public figures, government officials, and celebrities. When one media outlet is successfully silenced, it sets a dangerous precedence to all the others. Then someone says, did you or did you not make the Buffalo, Minnesota shooting about you when it didn't involve you? In this instance, I would totally advocate for this creator to be silenced to actually set a precedence. Come on, Babs. Please put a gag order on this dumpster file. Yeah, you could read it two ways. Everything. It's all coming back to me. It's all about me. It's all about me. You gotta talk about me. If you don't, I'll make it all about me. So what else is there? So yeah. So anyway, so that was that long tweet. Yeah, that's right. They're crypto tweets. Because when I started to, and like she's put that as a thread. That's her pinned tweet. Oh, here someone else has said here, but you're trying to silence Emily. Then Katie, this is gross. You gossiping about people is not remotely similar to coming forward about sexual assault. Blocking everyone that points out your problematic behavior is a choice. Then someone shows a hidden reply. So these replies, yeah. Hey, Jeanette, I think. Hey, just Jeanette. Did I miss somebody? If I've missed somebody, I apologize. So anyway, so then there's somebody called Katie is a liar. So people are like, she's getting called out all the time. Meanwhile, in the US, we can't. See, we have to. She just blocks and hides replies. That's right. Well, she wonders why nobody mentions anything on Twitter. So Chelsea and Cole DeBoer are being sued for $3 million, according to a lawsuit filed in the US federal court. Envy, a licensing and branding company, claims that the couple failed to pay them for an endorsement deals they took. The couple deny the claims. That's not even great grammar. She a writer? Because like some of their grammar is not very good. You ruined our family. Brown finally puts her foot down with Robin Brown for destroying family. What Brown? Is that Michael Brown? Hey, is Michael Brown related to these Browns? And she's trying, and he giving her all the goss. Is that how this is working? Oh, it's just come to me. I would just watch a show that had Mary, Janelle, Christine. I'm done with like Cody with a K and Barbara and Robin. I think those three women should kick the two of them out to the curb. He would actually have to work, and she could quit with the phony face. Ding ding, yeah. I just find it's interesting because she started on an awful lot of. I know that Sister Wives was starting to show again, but she's becoming really I'm really fascinated with them. Exclusive. Chelsea Husker sued for $3 million for hiding Teen Mum and brand deal revenue from her agent. She got an exclusive. And again, she read court documents, but then she doesn't like other people doing it about her documents. Oh. This is the funniest one. This is today. People are scared of my Twitter. Hello, Nikki. People are scared of my Twitter. And Mums and Mayhem says, I am scared to death right now. And Katie says, bow down before the Queen. Really? Oh, is that why? Yes, because people know they will be bullied if they comment positively to Katie. I don't condone that. What a shame the bully becomes the bullied. The fact she has you convinced she's the good guy shows she's the manipulative bully. Hey, Nikki. Okay, Jay, have some self-awareness. Shut up. Katie Joy, Santa Claus is watching. He sees you when you're tweeting. He knows when you're going live. He knows when you're telling porcupines. So be good, for goodness sake. I will never show any of you my main Twitter. It's super pro. Oh. Probably just waiting for the end of the train wreck. So her followers are fake. Well, maybe. Yes, it's our fault. We're scared, according to her. No, we just don't like crazy enough. All right. So then we've got show reply. So we saw that. Someone says why? And then the more they block, more like they block everyone. More like you block everyone. So maybe that's the reason no one wants to engage with you. Give that some thought. Maybe if you were nicer, people would communicate with you. But in your opinion, everyone who doesn't agree with you has to deal with your wrath. We just blocked you. I don't think that's it. If I wanted to comment, I have wanted to lately. Why are people scared? I'm confused. You're harassing Emily and Saltsy, and you're bragging about it on Twitter. LMAO, you're not right. Trying to bring sanctions against Salts so they will pay a little bit of your legal fees, but boasting that you're a bad bum is hilarious. Here's a tip. Stop getting Botox and HelloFresh. Cool. Twitter is Garfield, Calvin, and Hobson Peanuts. Nice. All right. Get over yourself, woman. You are truly not that important in anyone else's life, maybe in your own mind. Her dark energy, lack of humaneness, combined with her boring content keeps people away in droves. More are scared. More like not interested in your coverage of your content and your ongoing drama. It got old and no longer relevant to me and to a lot of people. I find your channel and all your social media is either boring or toxic. Whoops. She's forgotten she's blocked nearly everyone. Scared of her. That's the funniest thing to say. Yes. Yeah, no, we're not. We know any comment that doesn't kiss your butt gets a block. You've blocked my main Twitter and 3 sock accounts. Grumpy Cat is now blocked. Oh, wow. What did I mean? What did I... Hang on. Oh, Critical K. Wow. Wow. I don't have Twitter, or the other one I tried, but it's not for me. I did a KJ and deleted. Yeah, Grumpy Cat. I miss Grumpy Cat. She's blocked. Yeah, well, I mean, you can't block everybody and says, well, no one's replying to me. Oh, wow. Christine. She made everyone look good. Made KJ look good. So that is the end of the Twitter story. There's nothing else there. But don't forget, she got an exclusive. She stuffed up the Halo Beauty Clark Swanson store exclusive and managed to get herself sued. So yeah. Mm. Right. Now, I want to ask you something. I noticed this before. Grumpy Cat passed away. Wow. You know what's really funny? When you search without a crystal ball, and she doesn't come up in the main, she doesn't come up in the top lot of it. That's a bit of a worry, isn't it? Her engagement is really low, and that's why she's training out Duggar content, I think, to try and get her engagement up. I want to show you something, because I noticed something today. We're just gonna have a very quick look at our video here. So this is when she was reading out the lawsuit, but have a look at this. I want you to tell me. So she's
was rude, didn't do their accounting.
Now, I'm not one to talk about appearance, but look at the lips. Like, they just I'll just play this for a little bit longer, but look at the lips. Has she had more work done?
And cheated them out of $150,000 by not paying them for specific product endorsements that Chelsea had done through Envy. Now, Envy says that they were not paid for her work with Teen Mom, with Viacom, FabFitFun, Fabletics, John Deere. The list is so long.
Or is her lip messed up? What do you think? I mean, she gets fillers, yeah. I get Botox for my bone growth. There's no way. There's no getting. Yeah. Well, that's what the thing I looked at. I mean, I haven't watched one of hers in a few days, and I looked those lips. There's like, has she had the lips filled? Because they just look different. Just Me Minnie says she had more work done around the time she was crying about having the money for herself. Yeah, definitely injections. Yeah, or she would have to be. But I just find it really, really weird. Look at the likes and dislike ratio. Katie, will you be addressing John Yates and Sherelle's world and all the rude comments she made three days ago on John Yates' channel? Yeah, because I thought she had a fat lip. My daughter came to me the other day, looked like she had a fat lip. Came to find out they have a lipstick that now plumps lip. Oh, is that what it is? So it might be lipstick, but I don't know. Well, it might be the way she did her lipstick, but it just looked like, to me, she looks like she's got a fat lip. So, I like, yeah. That was all. It was just like it was noticeable. Have a look. So this is like I've done a search for without a crystal ball. Look, there's mine. There's Emily Baker. Oh look, all these dotsy ones. There she is again. So everybody else's videos are coming up in searches for her as well. But yeah, I don't know whether it's lipstick or what it is, but it doesn't look very good. Let's have a look. Let's load a video analysis. Whoops, something unexpected occurred. Probably won't happen. So these are her stats. She would be foolish to go get Botox or whatever done now after this late wire for money. Well, don't know. Been watching at double speed to catch up. Chipmunks. Her lips get big and then go down to full size. That's not lipsticks. Yeah, as I said, I don't know. I just wasn't sure. You'll see straight after there will be certain points that look like a fat lip where the injection sites are. Okay. Interesting. Well, I do too, actually. Just me, Minnie. Hey, Tamara. Welcome. That's true. Dominus, that is correct. And yet she used a son. She got 29 likes on Facebook, by the way. No mentions on, so no one mentioned on Twitter. So she'll probably be going to Facebook more now. So you can see the injection sites. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking for. So anyway, that's it. So it's quite, I want to go back to the court filings for a moment because there was something in the court filings. There was another thing that surprised me. Must be in Brown's declaration. Because I was going to get mine done, but for the lines, loops. I had a close look, and it looks like she had a cleft lip. Maybe. I mean, that might explain if you're getting pretty rotten to be spending money when you are sanctioning a lawyer to get money. No, it doesn't fit well. He talks about. Okay, here we go. Let me just get this. There was this line. Whoops, that's too much now. So this is in his declaration, right? It says, so he's talking about defendants request a fee award of 49. So he talks about how he spent his 41.9 hours. The 41.9 hours includes tasks related to these filings, such as research, conference with opposing counsel, and communications with my client. It reflects my review and reduction of my entries based on billing judgment. I have also excluded time entries for associate attorneys and paralegals. For the entries for communications with my client, I have included only 33% of the time because communications pertain to several pending issues, including responding to the Link Declaration and Council's public accusations of criminal hacking by Ms. Paulson. So he's only listed for 33%, right? 33%. I have included only 33% of the time. So is the rest of his time he's doing for free? Is this because now it's got personal? And it's not about, yeah. Her eyebrows are quicker there, and someone said on Twitter, you can't go from having a brow like that. Yeah. All right, so hello, Michelle Roberts. So if he's only listed 33% of the costs, is he working for free? Because it's personal. So what it says is I've only included 33% of the time because it's now personal and I want to destroy Saltsy. So everything now is free, but I'll bill Saltsy for that. And we're not commenting, we're pointing out how she asks for money for her son and looks like she's had work done. That's correct. KJ is doing the rest. Is that what you think, Halfro's over, that she's doing the rest? Well, it's funny you should say that because some of this stuff, particularly some of this background stuff, in my opinion, seems like it's been written by an investigative journalist. Good luck at Brown at getting anything. Yeah, it all comes back. Not even liposuction sticks for very long, says Pretend. I think some of the time I was working on other filings for the same case, so I get billed for the other amounts, says Michelle. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm sorry. Yeah. See, and the other thing is, he goes, neither the 8-year-old later dismissed criminal charge nor the Twitter exchange has anything to do with personal jurisdiction or this lawsuit. Well, neither does this. Like, hello. That's right. She did the motion to dismiss. That's right. I don't know. Well, they do actually, doesn't she? Allegedly she's put the house in her dad's name, so maybe she's got a new mortgage out. Pretends as I get them every 12 weeks. It helps. Cool. I've had people say the same thing for my migraine, but I'm not sure about it either. Dominus says the judge is going to toss this out and Mr. Brown is going to get yelled at again. Well, or Swanson, yeah, someone's doing it. Some of this stuff, there's some tackiness in here, and I go, surely she's written this. Because she said in one of her live streams, she's learnt so much about law. Like, why? I'd see in November 2020, Mr. Saltz engaged in a Twitter spat. Really? A Twitter spat? A Twitter spat. And every time you see harassment, it's generally her. And it's interesting that this one as well, it says, as soon as it was filed, Mr. Saltz's social media friend and ally, Emily Baker, covered it line by line on her YouTube channel. Now, interestingly enough, the footage that we just saw of KJ, she did exactly what she did with the Westbrooks. She showed the legal document. She didn't read it. She stated things about it without stating that they were her opinion, in my opinion. Where all that the rest of us do, I read this and I might laugh because what I think is funny, because, I just might think it's funny. But the lawyers that's Nay and Uncivil and Emily D. Baker, they all have experience in this. So, of course, they're going to make comment. And I don't understand. Like he's saying that they exchanged 150 emails over 18 days. Yeah, he's having a tanty. He's just having the thing is, Brown is having a tanty because Laurie didn't sign with him. Look, they're saying, if you haven't read, I'm happy to read it all for you if it's going to make it better, if it's going to make it easier. Tanty, that's a hissy fit. Yes, it's also like a hissy fit, but we call them tanties. Brown needs to put his big boy undies on. He needs to put the big boy undies on rather than he's going to take his nappy off, put on his big boy undies, and just realize that he got done. Well, we haven't had we haven't had the rule on jurisdiction. And the other thing is, she may have spent $5,000 or whatever it is on this document. They may have spent all this money on this document and it not be relevant because she wins jurisdiction. Should send him some pull-ups, maybe. I'm a big boy now. That was the pull-ups ad. Where the kid goes, he puts his pull-ups on, he goes, I'm a big kid now. Okay. I read both her and her husband had been bankrupt before they built the house, so possibly the home is in someone else's name, if that was correct. Wow. I've heard it all. I just don't understand. I don't know. I would like to think that the judge tears strips off him. Okay, Mr. Brown, take off those pull-ups and move up to the big boy undies. I should get sponsorship. Well, for pull-ups, I don't need pull-ups. Although they can send them to Mr. Brown. But I still can't believe that they actually did that. I still cannot believe that he filed a motion, even when the judge said, I don't want this to happen anymore. He can keep his pull-ups at bedtime. You're not a happy little Vegemite? No. Well, that's right. And considering that she's just covered another lawsuit of somebody and has made some allegations again by her interpretation of things. Regardless, if Lorianne is kicked, it had been proved she's a Washington resident, but I think, in my opinion, proved yes. Well, the thing is, they want the judge to sorry, I was just seeing if there was an update. There's no update. But you're correct, Dominus. I mean, they've proven that Lorianne is a okay. No, she did that. Okay. Sorry, I just was checking the filings, and there was an order there, but it was just the motion to seal. The judge sealed the because they agreed to that motion to seal. The judge just sealed the documents. But yes, they have proven that Lorianne's a resident. But see, for me, if Brown is saying that she's an unreliable witness for Salts, then she has to be an unreliable witness for them. So that's what I don't understand, and that's the issue that I'm having with all of this. That I'm having a big problem with. But they may have just fireworks. And if not, Heidi can see. Yeah, that's right. And that's the thing. They'll just pick it up and take it to Minnesota. And she's just wasted all this time and energy trying to sanction Saltsy over Lorianne. I know she's been on client, but well, just because she's telling him to do this, surely he could say, well, he could say no. I don't know why he can't say no, this is not in your best interest at this point in time. We need to find out, because what they're asking the judge to do, in my opinion, goes well and above the jurisdiction issue. You know, if you're wanting the judge to sanction another judge, then you're saying you've got the jurisdiction to do it. You can't then be saying, well, judge, you can sanction this guy, but you don't have jurisdiction over the case. I thought someone might have said the House. Yeah, I heard that. None of the documents are relevant on jurisdiction. They start again. So it's, yes, that's right. It's a waste of time and money. That's correct. And so she's just throwing on money. She's just going to throw money down the plug hole. Yeah, I've heard that. I've had nothing there. That's what I thought. If Brown proved that Laurie, yeah. Yep, Nikki agrees. Jenny, at the moment, Brown seems to be like scrap Lorianne. If she's not with us, delete all. Yeah, well, that's what they needed to do. But Brown gets to charge her more if he goes along. True. Previously got thrown out at jurisdiction and not refiled, so maybe she hopes that will happen again, says Nikki. True, but she's not. That is true, but unlike the other people that tried to sue her, there's money here. As you said, along with Emily, Lorianne wasn't reliable when they thought she was on her side. He can't have the two arguments. So he has lied in one of the documents. Yes, that's right. Either she is reliable or not. And if he lied in one document, yes, that's right. You can't say she's reliable. No, I haven't seen the pic on Reddit. I'll have a look. Typical lawyer wants the money. Yeah, that's right. It's all about money, money, money. It's funny. She's money hungry and her lawyer's money hungry. I believe she thinks she can win on the jurisdiction like before. She's so far up herself. No, I haven't seen that one. That's right. And KJ lied in this that date that she has no subs in Washington. This has to be addressed as well. There's lots of stuff that has to be addressed. Lots of stuff that has to be addressed. But I just find it. I think so. I think I just think that they're grasping at straws. Remember, desperate people do desperate things. And you know what? In my opinion, I also think if KJ had kept her big mouth shut and wasn't so hell-bent on trying to prove that Lorianne meant nothing to her, she would have still kept Lorianne. Because if, for example, and I'm not saying, let's just say Lorianne discussing everything with Michael Brown was triggered and was in a low state, if you've heard that somebody that you thought was your friend denounce you, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to feel betrayed. You're going to feel betrayed. And you're going to reevaluate everything that you thought that you knew. And you know what? It is possible that she's told both sides the truth because that was the truth at the time. And once you file the documents in court, you can't. So as I said, KJ, yes, they have. That's right. She does. She thinks she is. So this is my point. And this is where Brown needed to say to KJ, this is your fault. You made this mess. And she did, because as soon as KJ denounced that they were no longer, that she didn't know who she was and they weren't friends, like, she got in touch with Saltsy. And don't forget also, Brown's at fault here, because if you read right through even his declaration, there's one thing that both his declaration, Lorianne's unsigned declaration, and the signed declaration all states she was concerned about the other Lorianne, and Brown did nothing. Brown did nothing to relay her fears that the other Lorianne knew. She contacted Salts to say that it was the wrong Lorianne. And she, if you remember the emails, how many emails did she write to say, have you sorted out the other Lorianne? Have you sorted out the other Lorianne? Have you told Mr. Salts about Lorianne? Have you told Salts? That was her biggest concern. Not only was she a friend, but she went out of her way to stand up for KJ, says Stacey O. I wonder how much Adeline, they are working so hard to discredit her. She must know stuff, pretend. She must know heaps of stuff. That's what I think too. Michelle, I think Saltsy is more likely to look after his client as she has a lot more resources for both cases he's handling for her, and I imagine she will have other business. Yes, I think so. Yeah. Yep, Joe says, Gail, that's what I was thinking. Brown could have directed his client not to do this. She's supplying him with all this dribble, petty info. She's bitter yet. Yeah, hi, Stacey. Jenny, I don't get why it's taking so long for... Oh, I don't know. But, I mean, don't forget, if the judge has to sit and read, if they have to actually go through all those documentation, they've just filed another 40-odd pages. Like... Again, they've only got themselves. Laura, this is the one from the other day. KJ filing. Dominus. And the saddest thing of all this, Tidy had to put her fertility treatments on hold because of Jade. Yes, that's right. Childish, stupid acts. Yes. The thing is, he actually could end up being sanctioned for himself because remember, he says here, an award of sanctions under the court's inherent powers requires that the litigant have acted in bad faith, vexatiously, wantonly, or for oppressive reasons, delaying or disruptive litigation. Well, they're delaying the jurisdiction. They're disrupting the process because the judge is now going to have to, like, this now has to be dealt with. So we're not going to get to jurisdiction because Saltsy has to respond to this. Or has taken actions in the litigation for improper purpose while he's having a tanty. For purposes of imposing sanctions under the inherent power of the court, a finding of bad faith does not require the legal and factual basis for the action to prove totally frivolous. Rather, sanctions are justified when a party acts for an improper purpose. Yes, a tanty, even if the act consists of making a truthful statement or a non-frivolous argument or objection. Reckless conduct undertaken for an improper purpose satisfies the bad faith requirement under the court's inherent power. Guess what, Brownie? You've just, in my court, I would do you for bad faith. Oh, so do I. No, and the thing is, and don't forget, Salts has to now reply to this, then they reply to the reply, and then because they want oral argument, a court date has to be set. We're still no closer to jurisdiction than what we were a week ago. Or after the last hearing. I mean, the judge probably wanted to look at the fuck. Could you imagine how many trolleys of paperwork do you think have been rolling out? How many trees have been killed? I don't like Tidy, as I said before, but no woman who has wanted the child for so long should have to put that dream on hold, especially after. Yeah, that's right. That would be hysterical if Brown gets sanctioned. Yes. Well, as I said, I have just come up with, I don't think having a tanty because you didn't win. It's like a car salesman, right? Or salesperson, right? So imagine you're selling a car, you've spoken to the client, again, everything's set up. They're going to go away, get finance, come back. And you know what? They come back and somebody else gets the final sale. It's just like that. You've done all the work, someone else gets all the credit. I wonder how Tidy is doing through all this. I feel for her. I know a lot of people don't like that about. Yes, Stacey, good point. KJ has taken a page out of Scientology, how to handle a lawsuit and never get sued, Kim says. Yeah. Pretty well, we needs more than a naughty corner. It's a shame we can't use the ruler anymore or the cane. Because he really needs to be, I want to say he really needs to be he really needs to be caned, but anyway. He needs some sense knocked into him. So, and I'd throw a book anyway. The other thing is, he says, by the plaintiff's own admission, so let's pull this up again. Just put him in front. No, Mr. Brown needs to be disbarred. This is beyond unprofessional and tacky. Well, it's very tacky. It says, by the plaintiff's counsel's own admission, Ms. Barnhart told him she was represented by the undersigned in relation to this case. Yet they made no effort to contact the undersigned. But remember, the other thing is, right, if she had handed over all of her emails, like her email accounts, right? Oh, really? That's interesting. So if, because here they say they reviewed all of her 150 emails, prepared to. So if they had seen all the emails, right? Let's just say she said, look, open up my emails. If they have seen that there is nothing there to indicate that there's no contract that she signed with Brown, that Brown has stated, no, I can't represent you, which he did in one of the emails that was there. Why does he have to check with him if he's seen in the emails that Brown is saying, you know, if there's, this doesn't make any sense to me. I want to show you something. This is a 3x3 sticker. Look what it says. I got it today. Hopefully you can see it. True dinks, or is the same as dinky die. It means I'm telling the truth. If I say to you, true dinks, it's the truth. No, it doesn't make sense. Oh, you couldn't see? So it's a little 3x3 sticker that says, I once watched KJ and all I learned that Russia wasn't China. True dinks. Yes. Yes, I did leave her out to hang at the beginning of all this. Yes. So anyway, that's my sticker. I've just got to find a spot to put it now. Dinky Die, Cobbler, and Cobberess. Yes, Dinky Die, Cobber. True dinks. So often, it's like fair dinkum. It's like fair dinkum. And they never signed Brown, and Brown tried to get her to sign something she didn't want to and said no. They went to Salts. Brown was never representing her. Yes, that's right. He tried. But if she's shown Salts his emails, so if Salts has gone through your email and does not see anything where Brown is representing her, then it's fair game, mate. Fair game. It's like fair dinkum. So, like, quite often, if you were telling a tall tale, or you're telling a story that's under, like, if I was trying to explain this lawsuit to somebody, right? If I was trying to explain this lawsuit to you, and they would say, you're joking, right? And I'd say, no, true dinks, or dinky die, or, fair dinkum, all of that. Because, yeah, it has to be the truth. Fake accounts are dumb. I must say, I did enjoy. Somebody had told Uncivil that KJ was in his live stream. I don't think she was. I was live streaming his thing, so he actually trolled her and looked up her merch, and he found that she had this joyfully unavailable T-shirt, and he goes, why not get your relationship off to the great start? Why not tell your partner that you're joyfully unavailable. LA also tried to get Brown to correct the info about her and the other. Yes, that's right. That's right. And that's the thing. But see, all three, her unsigned one, her signed one, and even Brown, all confirmed she was most concerned about this other Lorianne. Yes, it looks like he is. Bye-bye, Korea. He doesn't like it. Very tacky. He thought it was very tacky, a waste of time, and he doesn't think it will get up. His conclusion was, I have no clue what you're talking about, but she's nuts. Yes. And then he goes, there's nothing. And then he says, and if you're jolly unavailable, why not make yourself available by grabbing some Halo vitamins? Oh, I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does. I have no doubt that she does watch them all. And he still thinks it's 68, 30 something, like, you know, but this is just a waste of time. He's now this is the other issue that I have. I love that in Uncivil Laws stream. He's hilarious. Oh, he was. Do you know? I actually was drinking at the time he started that advert, and I nearly lost it all over. He was very. Yes, he was. Yes, I like the way he segued into Halo. Yeah. All right. So this is the other bit that I don't understand. So this is, I'll try and make it a little bit bigger for you. The undersigned asks the obvious question. If Miss Barnhart told the plaintiff's counsel she suffers from foggy thinking, poor memory and confusion, such that she was incapable of telling an accurate story during the undersigned's 18 days of communication with her from December 24th through to January 11, why would they believe in the account she provided to them on January 12th? Their answer, Miss Barnhart seemed clear-headed to them on the phone. Now, and then it says, while she was telling them the story they wanted to hear. Now, so they're now saying that in the 18 days of communication that she was foggy, thinking, poor memory, and she was incapable of telling the story. But yeah, he's still insisting that the story that, Nikki, that is my question. That is my question. That is my question. Why were they going to use Lorianne if she, to quote Brown, the motion for sanctions, the undersigned then asked the offer if Miss Barnhart told plaintiff's counsel she suffers from foggy thinking, poor memory and confusion, such that she was incapable of telling an accurate story during the undersigned's 18 days of communication with her. So why are they, what's the issue? Gail, we are pretty sure that her name, she has to be. Hello, Julianne. You know what I'd really like? This probably wouldn't happen, but you know what I'd really like? I'd like the judge to sit down with Lorianne and have a girl-to-girl talk with her, have a chat with her, and let the judge decide which story is correct. You know, have a woman-to-woman chat. Just, say, hey, what's going on? I know it's like, but not formal or anything, and then the judge can decide. But, they do make it sound like it was drama. But what if during that time that they were talking to her, she hadn't been taking her meds, she'd started on new meds or something, and then suddenly it got through, she started to feel clear-headed. I don't know, but like he was saying, that she said over 18 days and 77 emails, 2 telephone calls. Yeah, so yeah. Well, that Amber chick, that is the point. The only thing that matters is what she signed. And don't forget that she signed under the threat of perjury. So she knows what the consequences are. Maybe she couldn't sign what Brown had done because she didn't want to lie. And there was, I don't know. How is she doing? I don't know. I hope she's okay. The judge will probably sit down with Laurie Ann and get a medical opinion. You can't make claims without proof. Okay. Well, that's good. Hi, Dance in the Rain. Well, unless, remember, there are sealed documents. There might be some sealed documents. Yes, she was quick to throw death threats around. She was. You remember that one email from Laurie Ann to Brown? I think I see who's the sleaze here is, or something like that. I think when that's when she figured it out. I want to know what she found out. Yes. And the other thing that Brown has said is that not all of the emails were put in, that they didn't submit all the emails. They only submitted Salts only submitted the emails relating to prove their point. What if there's something in those? What if there is something in those emails that explains why she's flipped? Brown may have just destroyed his whole case. LA sounds like most people. Well, that's right. I mean, when you suffer from depression, you have your really good days and your really bad days. I mean, she may have had a really good day and is able. And don't forget, some of this stuff would have triggered her. I mean, she found out that the person that she thought she was the friend, the person that she was defending, backstabbed her. That would have been very humiliating for her. Oh, really? Oh, that's not good, Dominus. You need some Panadol. Do you know at the Australian Open, this is true dinks, right? True dinks. They had a vending machine from Chemist Warehouse, which is the pharmacy. And you can get Panadol, you can get Band-Aids, sunscreen, deodorant, body lotion, lip balm, face masks, hand sanitizer, Zyrtec. I thought it was hilarious. Where have I been? My sheltered life. I get excited over a vending machine. But it's also confusing. Yes, I'd actually, there is something. I'll write this out and please don't attack me. I hope not. Oh, I just signed up to Patreons. Oh, thank you. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Sammy J. Yes, he wants to have oral argument. All right. Weird that he submitted that particular email, IMO. That was the email before she just stopped talking to Brown close to when KJ threw her on the bus. Seems like Brown. No, and that's right. And remember, everybody is going to show their side in the good light. So Brown doesn't want to show the reason. Brown wasn't going to show the reason why she flipped. Wind whispers. What she went through is a major trigger, and have brought it up in such a horrid way it would send anyone over the edge. I would agree. Dominus says, Lorianne is mentally unstable. Once she turned on KJ, she has had death threats and was doxxed. Lorianne has had him. Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear that, Dominus. If you know her, please let her know that. Please send her help. Please send her our love. That breaks my heart. They were oh yeah, but we're a bit slow like that, Sarah. Oh, cool. Thank you everybody. Yes. Salts is hiding Lorianne to protect her. See, that's the thing. I think Salts is actually really caring, and has tried to protect her as much as I can. I'm actually getting emotional to hear that. Like I'm about to tear up, but I'm happy she's been looked after, and we're not gonna. I mean, I'm getting emotional being that, because that breaks my heart that she feels like that, and that people would attack her. And I would say, I mean, I can't imagine what she's gone through, but this motion here would also trigger that. I agree. I feel bad for LA for sure. She's been put through so much to make a spectacle of her mental health. Yes. Mental health is not something to be used in court cases or as a spectacle. It is not all right. You cannot, and this is why I am so angry at Brown about on one hand, she's foggy, but then she's clear-headed. But yet we were going to use her testimony because it benefited us, but you can't do it. She doesn't deserve it. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Everyone joked how KJ disowned her, and everyone was saying, and I know, and there's no judgment, and everyone was saying, oh no, and then they were saying we were wrong when we were saying that they were friends. She threw her on the bus. What she did was horrible. Nobody deserves that. And then there's this. Plaintiffs decide to publicly expose extremely sensitive and highly embarrassing information regarding Ms. Meinhardt in the formal declaration without any legitimate need to support their personal jurisdiction argument. What has he just done? Publicly exposed extremely sensitive and highly embarrassing information. Didn't he say that she is foggy and unable to get a story straight? Didn't he just say that? Isn't that embarrassing? Like, poor memory and suffers from foggy thinking, especially in unusual stress. He's just done that. He's just done exactly what he's accused the other side for. Oh, this is why Salts went to seal. Yes, good. It's dirty. Yes, Maz. It shouldn't be thrown around like that. I wonder if Brown's hoping that by forcing Lorianne to testify, she'll quit the whole thing. Totally off it. No, just give Twitter. Yeah, that's right. It's dirty. It's disgusting. And I don't get angry at but I mean, if Brown appeared in my chat, I think you would actually see, like, if he turned up in chat and we knew it was him, I'd probably unleash on him and you'd see a side of me that you've never seen before, because this has made me very, very angry. Okay, you don't know a person close due to circle of friends. Okay, that's cool. It is very KJ-like, and that's why I think in some ways it's all back to do with when she said with her thing with Uni Rock, that interview. She wanted to get to salts. I don't know. I just don't know about that bibbly bobbly boo. What really breaks my heart is that it sounds to me like my dad. He was frontotemporal takes meds and it affects his behavior more than memory. If this is the case, shame on Brown. Yes. Then this one, this is interesting. He says defendants have been forced to incur substantial attorney's fees to respond to the false and defamatory testimony in the second bar hunt director, Miss Posson, and the undersigned. The multiplication of these proceedings and the driving up of defendants' attorney fees is no doubt part of the plaintiff's motivation in making these abusive filings. Mate, have you just read your own? You tool. To date, defendants have incurred $18,855 in attorney's fees responding to the Barnhart Declaration and preparing this motion. $18,000. That's why somebody was crying. It's my lawsuit and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Because Laurie wanted to protect an innocent person. That's right. Correct. Blew up. But the thing is, if Brown had just contacted Salts when she asked the first time, got it corrected, he probably... Oh, yeah. That's right. Gail, that's fine. It's upset me too. It's really upset me. That's right. It has to stop. This is just ridiculous. It really is. It's horrifying. It is horrifying. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, everybody that's joined. I like all this. This is all nonsense. KJ Lawyer, 2 peas in a nasty pod. Yes. Yes, if you can get a message to her, just let her know that we are. I'm just having a look through. Right. Just having a look through these exhibits. 18,000, no sympathy. And don't forget that they've just wasted, as I said, if she wins jurisdiction, then all of this has been he's giving her advice, but he's given her advice. I'm just seeing if he's put in here that I'm just trying to see if he submitted anything here that would indicate that he was acting on her behalf. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that was the thing. He's had it since 2008. Oh, sorry about that. My grandma's got dementia now with another 5-day lockdown. She's not going to do very well. See, he says, I don't see anything that would get you into it. You don't need to spend money or hire a lawyer to respond to a subpoena or a file declaration. I'd like to stand up for you by filing your declaration. If you'd let me, it costs you nothing. He was doing it for free. Oh, thank you very much, Dominus. Cool, thank you. He was doing it for free. Can you talk to me before you do anything? I think there's been some misunderstanding, and I'd like to have a chance to clear it up. We will be filing an objection today to Salt's latest declaration. I'd like to include a statement from you if you're on board with that. Can you talk to me before you do anything? What date was that? That was the 11th. That was the day before she flipped. Can you please talk to me before you do anything? I think there has been some misunderstanding, and I'd like to have a chance to clear it up. It's all in. Oh, dear. I think it's going to come out that KJ was Swanson's, yeah. So her regular band of members who turn up. Yeah. Dominus says, I'll try. That's all right. That's fine. That's fine. How short life is, yeah. That is fine, Dominus, but, you know. So this is her bill. That's why she was sad fishing. She got the bill. Huh? So he's put in this case. He's attached this case. Now, someone actually said this case actually wasn't relevant because it was to do with a class action and not a motion for fees. I don't know. I haven't read it. Then he's put this one in. So he's putting in samples of what the courts, you know, what a waste. Then, but so it's interesting. So we've discovered that something happened on the 11th because he says, "I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you." Brown is the type of solution that makes you feel like you need a shower after reading his court filings. Perfect for KJ, but he surely should be. Yes, he should be. I think. So here's a question I want to pose to you. Do you think this has been instigated by Brown, or is this KJ? We already found out she lied about her child's mental care under oath is now. Yes, that's right. She is. Sleazy. No, he has no concern about the victims of the harassment. No, he doesn't care that people are being death threatened. So the email that has my attention, and now that I've got time, I'm going to go down this rabbit hole. I'm going to pull up all the filed declarations, and I'm going to have a look at this. See, and this is another one. So this is on the 10th, right? Please understand that based on what you and Katie have told me, that you have done nothing illegal. Also, the only issue in the case that you have any connection to, personal jurisdiction, is going to be decided soon, and you will no longer need to be involved in any way in this lawsuit. So, he's saying there that once jurisdiction settled, she won't have any further involvement, and they've just involved her in this. What a dipstick. I don't know, Gail. Haven't heard. There's been nothing. Brown is offended by Salts, but yes, and she's vengeful. Hold that thought for a minute. Oh, sorry. I can't remember what thought that was. A dipstick. He's a dipstick, all right. Or two back. Sorry, yeah. So what we're saying is that on I don't know how much you missed. But back here, he says, the only issue in the case that you have any connection to is going to be decided, and you'll no longer have to be involved in this lawsuit. So it's very, very interesting that he's saying, but this is his last. This is the last. This is at 8:02. Can you please talk to me before you do anything? I think there has been some misunderstanding, and I'd like a chance to clear it up. Oh. Dr. Cross. Yes, we'll know in the F, or maybe we will find. Well, maybe we have to wait for another court filing, or maybe it may get included into this court filing. You thought I may have called Brown something else? No, I called him a stick. Yes, LA was pleading to make sure. Yes, that's right, she was, and he didn't do it. Because down here, in here, excuse me, you two cats, can you stop it? Sorry, the cats are fighting. They've decided to play fight. In fact, they were fighting because they both want to sit on a lid of a box. Why? I don't know. See, Miss Barnhard was distressed that the undersigned did not tell Mr. Saltz that he had doxed the wrong Lorianne. That, in addition to the fact that Miss had already repeatedly informed Mr. Saltz, knew about and agreed to protect her by not disclosing to the plaintiff's counsel that she was working with Miss Paulson's attorney. Now, isn't that underhanded? But it says that she was working with him. It doesn't say that he was representing her. Nothing that he has written here says that he was representing her. He's an idiot. He did it to himself. Yes, correct. AKA, you're not letting me gaslight you anymore. Please give me one last chance. Yes. I know you heard something else. I'd sit for a bit. I was never a gossip, but this case has me like, wow. Sarah, what day did KJ say? I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and have a look. But it was around that time. It was around this time. Has actual IDs. Yeah, so Dr. Cross still up, yeah. All the many phone calls and emails with LA it took not to get a statement signed, far less communicate. Yes, that's right. And Saltzy said that they had several people, like, you think it was the 11th? Yeah, I thought it was around that day. Yeah. Because see, I think this is shady by not disclosing to plaintiffs that she was working with Miss Paulson's attorney. Like, all right, this says with Miss Paulson's attorney. Why doesn't it say her attorney? He's arguing in the motion that Saltzy didn't, that Lorianne was his, and that Saltz took her without conferring with him. But in his declaration, he's referred to himself as Miss Paulson's attorney, not her attorney. I mean, is there a stupid book I don't know about, like a phone book so stupid can contact stupid? So hello, Carolina. Hello, You want to go to Australia, right, Dominus? At the moment, our borders are closed. You can't get in, you can't get out. Yes, that's right. And he says that she doesn't need an attorney, and he offered to file the documentation for free. For free. That doesn't mean that he has a right. The only person who belongs to Brown is KJ. Unfortunately for him, the whole thing is just distorted. Yes, it does. Did you hear that, KJ? Wow. Good. Yeah. Oh, that's what's missing. That's what's missing, the noise from planes flying over. Yeah. So anyway. Sammy J, it's the best place in the world to live. Do come visit. It is worth the plane trip when you can get in. Well, in fact, I think all the states now have locked Victorians out. So once again, everyone's not letting us. We can't even leave our state. In fact, I can't. We use kilometres. We can't leave. We can't travel more than 5Ks now for 5 days. That's right, Nikki. He didn't say representative. Yes, there's lots of sharks in Queensland. And Kim says, yes, see, that's why she would have a contract if she'd sign something, and she doesn't. Yes, we're lepers again. It shows that Brown is used to chasing ambulances and filing frivolous lawsuits. Yes. Yes, it's true, because his firm are ambulance chasers, aren't they? I'm sure I read somewhere that I'm going to look at. Let me go back. Gordon. I'm sure. And don't forget that he's supposed to be an experienced. And even when he was going through his stuff, he never said he was an expert in defamation. When he was going through all his credentials, children. Okay, minus 34. So you have an exception to the kilometre, yeah. So here's their firm. Business trial lawyers, insurance recovery, high stake personal injury. There are trial practice lawyers. And so if we go to our people, it's not him. Oops. There we go. There he is. Yes, Brown needs proof. So anyway, so this is him. Complex commercial, insurance recovery, and class action litigation. He's used to class action. So, in complex commercial, insurance recovery, and class action litigation. My friend and my cousin live in Brisbane. The guy with the kangaroo lives in Perth, says Nikki. He's the type of lawyer you'd call if you got re-ended and didn't want to work in any. My honest opinion. My opinion has nothing to do with Joey's personal opinion. LOL. That's correct. I'm still confused. So is the 33% just for the Laurie Ann stuff? Well, that's right. Well, it's confusing, isn't it, the 33%? But see, what happened to the rest of the percentage? No. Well, I can't find defamation. Expand all categories. So he's worked on potential class action seeks reimbursement for legal union fees, ongoing class action seeks reinstatement of retiree benefits, insurance policies, has 130 million settlement in trade secret deal. Commercial real estate partnership dispute ends in highly favorable settlement with Michael Brown's help. The minority member sued for his fair share. The case settled with Michael's client receiving more than $850,000 initially in dispute. I thought he was a defamation expert, and I know she said he was a defamation expert. It looks like a dipstick, says Fuzz. Correct. Oh, well, I would have thought so. Sometimes I need to say things with that kind of... Yes. So I've not seen it. So, and he's got substantial settlement in nursing facility case, secured, so negligence. So I can't see anything here that says anything about defamation. Because my understanding, and in Australia, if you are a defamation lawyer, it would be listed as a defamation lawyer. It would state that you're a defamation lawyer. That was your, if that was what you specialized in, that's what you would specialize in. Well, that means KJ's already broke from all the other work she's been billed. Do they have a no win, no fee? They probably do for the insurance cases. KJ didn't even research her lawyer enough. I compared his page to the local ambulance explanation, and the similarity is absolutely striking. Wow. All right, I'm going to put a search in here. Defamation lawyer. Washington. I'm not going to dox anyone, but I just want to see if he comes up. Now, that's interesting because there is there's a firm here called their law name, and then they go defamation. He's a liability lawyer. Yeah, that's right. Brown probably took it in case. Well, that's true. I would take on the case too, bibbly wobbly boo. Maybe she should have. I said to Beaver was able to work with us. Cool. Second. Oh, cool. That was cool, Dominus. I haven't held one yet. Can't pay attention. Then does she get taken off the case? No, he has to apply to the case. He might have to still take it on, work for free. Does the firm say they're special? Let's have a look. I don't think I saw that. All right, start by Carolina. Let's have a look. Practice areas. So there are our broad range of substantial experience combined with our strong litigation and trial skills permit us to handle an exceptionally wide variety of matters with efficiency and success. We often associate as trial counsel to complement the case-specific substantive experts of a co-counsel. Although we place a great importance on maintaining a general trial practice, GT has developed a widely recognised expertise in 3 substantive practice areas: business litigation, insurance recovery, and personal injury litigation. So if I go to business litigation, you would expect to see defamation. No, there's nothing there. Maybe it's still doing it. Maybe it's still nothing. No, doesn't. It said, so our practice areas, it says areas of focus. So it says, all right, so let's go personal injury litigation. Can be found by clicking on the links to the right. I clicked on the link. I got nowhere. Maybe my cousin used a lawyer like that. So, oh, look, it's funny. You click on it, and there's the personal injury litigation. And then it tells you they're the attorneys that do the litigation. So let's have a look. Business litigation. Learn more. Class actions, securities. He's the guy that sues on behalf of your insurance company. Yes, it looks like it. That's who he is. Look, and it's funny. Nothing comes up. Nothing comes up. So I've not seen anything in here that animals. I like animals better than people too, Dominus, I have to say. Yes, he's the lawyer that sues small business due to people like KJ faking injuries. Yes, that's right. Business litigation up the top. Yes, she's in, and that she's probably approached. Well, maybe it's a friend of her. Washington. No defamation. I cannot find defamation in that site. I'm happy if Mr. Brown watches this and wants to show me where it says defamation on his website. I'll be more than happy. I will be more than happy to personally post a retraction and say how deeply sorry I was to misrepresent them. However, it doesn't say that you're defamation. Oh, this is your first thing, dipped out, returned. I've been listening. Cool. Thank you, Ginger Lee. No. Oh, click on the business part, not personal. All right. I thought I did. Let's see whether I can get it. No, it came up with the same thing. Did you put your finger in the light socket then post that had no post calling us now? Yeah. Well, yeah. That's the Brown website. And it's on the nose. Well, she basically is representing herself. She's writing out the documents. Did you keep your oven turned on while your furnace broke in your husband? Cool. Yes, You must be using this case to expand that further. Oh dear. She probably thought the first one was pretty, so she oh, I don't think maybe you told. I think Brown doesn't know how social media. What has Emily got to do? Because KJ doesn't like her. That's why. That's what Emily has to do with it. It's all about KJ because people aren't watching KJ and people are watching Emily, and she's very jelly. She's the green-eyed girl, sha la 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 la, you know. Well, I thought that you could have defamation. I mean, all right. The ways that he was presented by his client was that he was an expert in the field, and therefore, if you were an expert in defamation and you were as good as what his client is saying, then you would have it on your website that was your expertise, in my opinion. Now, on the other hand, yeah, it was. Yes, there would be lawyers. Yes, there are. No, they haven't been dragged into it. You are correct. All right. But again, that's just my opinion. I mean, any female that is successful, she goes after. Now, on the other hand, this is Mr. Saltz. He specializes in business litigation, real estate litigation, entertainment litigation, complex litigation, consumer credit reporting. So he worked at the LA County District Attorney's Office. Has multiple opinions published on his cases out of the Second and Fourth Courts of Appeal, where he successfully challenged constitutionally of certain code section affecting consumer credit. He lent his expertise to the Narcotic Enforcement Unit of LA in a teaching capacity, giving advice on evicting convicted drug dealers and narcotic users from apartment buildings. He did a nationwide class action against the printer manufacturer Epson. He's been a delegate to the Association of Credit Bureaus as a member of its Political Action Committee. He lectures on various aspects of law. He's a member of the State Bar of California. Yeah. So that's Mr. Saltz. Now I know that he doesn't have the thing about Mr. Saltz is that it says he's entertainment litigation, complex litigation. And if he's worked in the county district attorney's office, he would know what was accepted. He would know, maybe KJ who's actually. Yeah, maybe Mr. Lives. Yes, you can have an opinion. You can submit opinions. All opinions is valid. It's absolutely KJ hate boner for Emily would be yes, but has Brown not? He should check facts, and he's stupid. Oh, he'd be my. Oh, look, hey, he's. Hey, I'm in a different country that I am, but he'd be my first call. Yeah. But because he's worked for a district attorney, for the district attorney's office, I am certain he would know where that boundary was, wouldn't he? he would know how far he could push it, wouldn't he? Because he'd have experience. He would have had to have pushed it. Dominus. Super salts. But like, even if you just line up their credentials next to each other, Salts Salts just runs rings around him. Ring my bell and like my video. Salts knows the law. Yes, that's right. And as I said, because he's worked in the district attorney's office, he would have had to, and I think he's also, so he would know how far, and he probably would have pushed the limit. No, there's been no response yet. But hey, it can be as soon as it hits, I will have it, because I got nothing else to do for the next 5 days. Probably. Yes, 10 pages for attachments. Yep. That's correct. No, I just checked before and there was nothing. Like, I can only see the free listing, so I can see if anything's been listed. I can't get to documents, so I can check to see what's there, which anyone can do, but there's nothing. So we've got time now to do a Zoom call with Salts. We do, but I don't know if I could afford his fees. How come you only? Because we've got your strain of the virus in, and for some reason, 5 days it has been able to work in WA and Queensland. So we're doing 5 days. It's the UK strain that we've got. Don't know where, don't know why, don't know how. No, he'll do. That's all right. We didn't get the. So Queensland's had that strain and Western Australia's had that strain. Now we've got it. They've discovered it was in the air condition, and we got 19 cases in a week. Yep. In Canada, you can't get in unless you can show a negative test result. Funding stroke been handled. Yes, well, we have to go run a GoFundMe for hiring Saltsy. Yes, that's true. Yeah, well, they actually, all the tennis players, they've ruled out the tennis players because it's funny, the hotel where the case came out of was actually not a tennis hotel. No, a nebulizer. So there's been 2 hotels that have had positive cases. One, one that they've found went through the air conditioning system. So if you imagine when you're having to deal with people and like you're in full PPE and you've got to change masks, or you're eating lunch and you've got to take your mask off to eat your lunch, because the air conditioning system was all connected, they would have breathed it in. But they also found a nebulizer as well. And the person didn't declare the nebulizer was in their suitcase because apparently they didn't declare it. But, I wish the US could get it better with the virus. You guys have handled this so much. Well, you know what? That Amber chick, if you saw the media today, you would think that we have a bunch of fools running our government. Yeah, the islands are doing better, and as I said, we've blocked off. It's blocked off all the, we've got closed all the borders, and now all the state borders have closed. So wherever, like for example, when WA was in lockdown, all the states closed off their borders to WA. Now everyone's closed off their borders to Victoria, There's some parts of New South Wales, yes. So now the one where most of the cases have come out of has been a quarantine hotel for a while. So what they've done is they actually set up a new quarantine hotel, and that's been deep cleaned. And then they're going to do another one. So, no, well, is it today? We start in 40 minutes. Our lockdown starts in 40 minutes till Wednesday. Yes, the island. If you can stop people coming in. Yeah. So I can understand if it was the air conditioner, how a worker could have got it. And I know when I did hotel quarantine, I would have gone through about 20 masks in a day. So in an 8-hour shift, because you always had to change your mask. So if you're in air conditioning, you would at least 20 times be breathing in. You could potentially be breathing in the virus. You could be. The cases here are from Australians returning from overseas. Yes, that's right. An example, person Y was supposed to see person X for 2 hours this week, but person X is in the States, so you can't have visitation. Correct. Is the school... no, our schools went back 2 weeks ago. They were in week 3. They've been back. They were back last year, so they're only closed for 3 days at this stage. Some schools are just not worrying about it. Going next 3 days. Some schools are going to do online. Our schools are still closed, yeah. Our oldest son's best friend passed last week from in his 20s. Wow. That's horrible. Christoph Van always. That makes sense. I've been at home since the end of February. My immune system. My son is in school. That's good. Stay on topic. Oh, to stay on topic. Hey, I generally don't have a topic. My nephew Harrison thought that my picture, my thumbnail, was so embarrassing. He did not think it was funny. I thought it was funny. Yeah, so Victoria's only going to let people come in on compassionate grounds now. My son did the first 9 weeks at home. He was like, I've got to get out of here. You're all so annoying. So I tried to teach him code and whatnot. Says the Amber chick. We are all good here. Have a great community. Not biased at all. That's right. Yeah. Oh, look, towards the time that we were locked down, it was hard. I know that at the start I did really well, but the longer it went, the harder it got. And there was a moment where, I just didn't think I was going to cope. But we got it. So that's why I go, 5 days. I can do 5 days. I've done 8 months. I can do 5 days. Yeah. Yeah, we had to close our schools again and at last deal with our borders. Yeah. If you can stop people coming in. We go to lockdown, yeah. So difficult. No, I didn't leave my home for 4 months last year. It's not easy. Yeah. So the Amber chick went through 3 months. Yeah. Well, I mean, uni by the time my uni end of years came down, I had enough. I just wanted the year to be over. But then I was dealing with the other issue, and that was having to deal with the anxiety of being back around people when you're not around people for so long, and then you have to actually now start interacting with people. When you have to explain it, when you have to then interact with people, I found it very hard. It just blew my anxiety off the wall, and I still have issues with that now. The most important lesson I've learned through COVID is that China is in Russia. That's correct. I've got a sticker to prove it. Yeah, it gets very stressful. It does. I understand. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the school that I teach at, they're doing online lessons, but I mean they had a very quick turn, and now in lockdown for 3 months because it take long. Kids school open this week until the age of 12. We have an evening clock, one visitor. Yeah, we can have any visitors because I'm taking no chances. Yeah. Well, I mean, I actually have been riding public transport to go and work for COVID, but I sanitize my hands so much at work. I figure I'm blessed that we're working from home and I'm in Skype meetings with people a day. So yeah, that's in my state we are on lockdown until further notice. You can go to work if you're essential groceries and schools. Yeah, Dominus says. Yeah, major anxiety. Yeah, I do. I still have major. I didn't go to my end of year university function because it was going to rain and they moved it to indoors, and suddenly I had this panic attack. I couldn't deal with it. Yeah, I'm socially awkward. I generally don't. Yeah, I don't have a filter either. Really, I just tell things as it is. Yeah, I think so, Gail. I think we've all forgotten. Well, you do your own lockdown, yeah. You'll put it. Yeah, I use I use just some hand cream to keep them dry. Although I'm getting better, I'm remembering to think now before I say. Where quite often I say, and then I think. My father is 81, barely had a cough with COVID. I was down. Wow. I had to go to the chemist on the bus and I thought I was going to have a panic attack. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah. Okay, so goat's milk, because I've had some good stuff about goat's milk. But yeah, so that's been one of the hardest things. Yeah, so one of the hardest things has been getting back into stuff, and so there's been all these plans for activities. Yeah, yeah, I just find it just really, I found it really, really hard. So see, I find that to be mean. And the thing is, I don't think that people understand how debilitating panic attacks can be, or how debilitating anxiety can be, or how debilitating it can be when you have been on your own for so long to suddenly have to go and talk to people again. It's horrible. That is just absolutely horrible, and I hate it. I have panic disorder. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have anything formally diagnosed. I just know that there are times where going out, if there's too many people somewhere, I just can't cope until it affects them. Yes, that's right. It can affect anybody. Simply tough on me. Thanks for technology. Yes. Connect with family and loved ones also found. Yes, that's right. That's one good thing that I had used coconut oil works wonders. Cool. I'll have to remember that. I had awful anxiety in my 20s. Couldn't leave the house. And that's the other thing, is that you don't leave the house, but when you leave the house, it makes you sick. So you don't leave the house. So you're just compounding it. My dad had his knee replaced a while back and called me one night from the hospital freaking out. I was having a panic attack. Thought he was having a heart attack. He'd never had one. Wow. Yeah. I only go to the supermarket and try to do that. Well, I try to now. I get most of my stuff delivered still now. Doing mind puzzles and games. Yes. Cool. That's very handy advice. Yes, but that's you. Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, no, thank you for joining us, Stormby. It's great to have you here. First couple of times I had a panic attack, I went to ER because I couldn't breathe and thought I was having heart. Yeah, the really bad ones are like that, aren't they? I've had a couple of panic attacks where I thought I was having an asthma attack, where I couldn't breathe, everything was tight. I don't get that. I think I'll die. I feel like I'm going to go mad or something. My head spins. I can't focus. Yeah. Oh, look. And I think panic attacks are different for everybody as well. So what I do, how I have a panic attack is different to you. I often just, let me just tell you, if I'm ever quiet, you know that there's a problem. Gail, I blame Rona for my excessive eating, drinking, smoking. I was such good. He called me because he knew I'd find my way in after visiting hours. I got there and finally calmed down. He told me he'd never, cool. Yeah, about anxiety again. It's horrible, isn't it? It's debilitating. Oops, just jumped. I'm going to clean my house for the next few days. I'm not going to sit on my butt. You're not gonna sit on your butt and eat M&Ms. How froze over? Or do I need to get M&Ms? You've kept me sane. Oh, cool. I'm glad somebody's sane out after all of this, because I don't know that I am. Rona is a bad influence, yeah. I think it's this digitally. Actually, they did a stat to say that drinking increased in Australia because bottle shops were classed as an essential service. So you can drive down to the bottle shops. I think it's brave of all of you to share with your experiences with mental health issues. Dutch Spirit, I think more people should be able to be honest about it. I'm just sick of it being a taboo subject and a subject where where we should be able to talk about it without shame, without judgment. And there's I'm sorry for it there. Yeah. Also try to get outside sometime during the day. Yes, I've got a balcony. Who really picked at anyone but me, but that's how our relationship is. I felt so bad for him. If I'm quiet, I'm having a panic attack. Yeah. And I often, if I'm around a lot of people, I'll go quiet because I'm just trying to survey the area, but trying to work out how things are going to go. But quite often it would be because I'm having a panic attack. Get to me hot. Hear my heartbeat makes me feel wow. Bring out the M&Ms. I don't have any. I've got 20 minutes before I can't go out anymore. Wow. I was getting really, I have to say, I've seen people wearing their masks under their nose, which I really hate, because what have we learned in the last 2 weeks? You can breathe it in. Broke another tooth. Wow. Yeah. There's no judgment. There's no judgment. And that's the thing. Yeah, at Mary HB, it would be nice to have no shame and just me. It shouldn't be taboo. It's really, really common. And yeah. Well, I'm actually not opposed to that thought. I've been thinking about doing a Zoom call with everybody, just so that we can see each other's faces as well. But I'm thinking about things because but I knew that things were going to change for me again. But see, Monday was uni orientation. I'd already decided to do the first semester online. I decided to stay online. I just didn't feel that I was ready to tackle my anxiety to go back face to face yet. And so orientation was is on Monday, and that's now going to have to be on Zoom. But I agree with you, Josh. We should talk about it more. I can't tell my story in English. That would be full of about 13 years of therapy. Yeah. I panic if I have nothing but to panic about, like what's going on now. And there's nothing to panic about. Yes. The nose is Mexican. Yes, that's right. So, yeah. So, as we discovered, it can sit in the air conditioner duct and be blown around. Well, my Rona survival kit: whiskey, rum, vodka, smokes, and tons of chocolate. I have to have the right ones. Oh, wow. Yuck. Hello, Cindy Sue. Yeah, we should do a Zoom. That's your quarantine list too? Oh, wow. A cheese sandwich. It was interesting because the tennis Australian Open is going ahead, but it's not going to have a crowd. I mean, I understand why. They've got all these people here that have quarantined, that have to have daily COVID tests. They're all over here, but there just won't be a crowd. So I'm not needed for work now. But they'd said that if one of the matches went for too long, why has it been suspended? They suspended one of the matches. Oh, that they would be kicking everybody out at 11:30. It looks like the match was going to go too long, so they suspended it. That's interesting. Why is that suspended? Yeah, so we're kicking everyone out of the tennis at 11:30, which seems strange. You know what? Yeah, that's right. Your mind goes into overdrive. Yeah. Yeah, chocolate's my comfort food. See, I don't watch a lot of Netflix. To get overwhelmed about being overwhelmed. Yeah, I have a spare tire from Rona. So yes, I do have Discord tea. I'm just trying to set it up, but it's there. It's just not got much on it at the moment. But yes, I do have a Discord. Oh no, Cindy Sue, I'm sorry about your fur baby. Gail says, my husband says, I worry when there's nothing to worry about. It's interesting though. You worry about the things you shouldn't be worrying about, and so you worry about the stuff that you shouldn't worry about, but then you deal with the stuff that you should worry about. It's really bizarre, isn't it? Cool. Yeah, I'm still trying to work out how it all works, but I'll get there eventually. Please like if you are able to. So you could be my spirit animal, says the Amber Chick. Dominic says, my partner is to the point I just annoy them now, and I say, all I can say is deal with it. You can't. Health Rose over says, I'll think of something to worry about. Yes. Join Discord, well, to one creator. I've got no idea how to find anyone else. Actually, I worry about everything, and half the time I have no idea what I'm worried about. It's like looking around. Yeah, the bad feeling's not good either. I hate it when you get that pit in your stomach and you just can't shake it. I know that I've had to call in sick from work a couple of times because of that sick pit feeling. "19 minutes of freedom." Wow. It's amazing how yeah, that's right. We all get similar worries. Oh, yeah, sounds pity, but yeah. Well, that's also true too. It is a chat server program. It makes it easy to know that we all get like, yes, it is. It does make it easier. I think everybody gets it in some form. For some people, it's just a lot worse. Hey Joe, good luck with the lockdown. Hope the community transmissions go. Thinking of you from Sydney. Thank you, Diamond. As I said, I'm just raring to go. The Discord, yeah. That's true. And let's not forget Dominus as well. Don't want to forget the blokes that watch. Well, it's interesting though, because I have moments where I don't care, and I have moments where I do care. It's just I think it just depends. It depends on the situation. Oh, sorry, Gail. This is a friendless community. We can have fun, talk serious. Yeah, that's right. And that's really what I want. Oh, look, I'll explain it to people. I won't let anyone. I tell you what, I'll explain it when I've worked it out, but I haven't worked it out yet. All I know is that that's where I get a lot of the Katie Joy stuff from, because there's a So there's the Reddit site, but they're also on Discord, and they do live. They actually have live chats while she's on live, which are very, very entertaining. Best way I can describe it's like a bunch of chat rooms and a way to talk to folks. Yes, Discord is easy once you have someone explain it. That's right. I got basic rooms set up, but I haven't, I just keep forgetting to post in it. Hey, I can't even, there are some weeks I can't afford anything. So lip fillers are the last of my thing. I always try to get my rent paid. So I wonder when we're going to get the salts finally. Does anybody want to, anyone want to have a look at or work out or have a guess as when Salts is going to file his response? I have a room and I haven't even looked at it. Yeah. Oops. Well, that Amber chick, I'm probably going to need help setting up Discord because I really have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. Oh, they've changed everything. Oh, I've just got an email. So Monday was supposed to be my orientation. And they've changed it to Wednesday. By Monday next, yeah? I read it. So, yeah, it's called Without a Crystal Ball, WOACB on Discord. You reckon today or tomorrow? Cool. Friday. They don't do filings because they could have filed. So they're going into Friday. So it could be filed before the weekend. So, oh, cool, Dutch Spirit. That's great. You don't think you will? Well, I mean, he's got there's a legal team with him, so I don't think he'll be doing it on his own. Either. So definitely going to be an interesting time, I think. Very interesting. He has to respond. Well, he doesn't have to respond. He has that. He has the opportunity. I like that one. Does he have to respond, or can he just let? I told you to stop. I believe he does. I mean, you don't have to respond to a filing, but I guess you would, wouldn't you? What are we doing for Valentine's Day? Staying home? Okay, so it can be done on the weekend? Okay, cool. I don't think he does. He can pick up the phone like they were told to. Yes, that's right. Yes, we get your drift, that Amber chick. I must say, my first reaction was I laughed. When I saw it, I laughed and I went, this has to be a joke. And then I checked the date to make sure that I hadn't actually been asleep and it wasn't April 1, because that was my first thought. I thought, this has to be a joke. Like, this is funny. And then my laughter turned to disbelief and disbelief and then anger, and now I'm just angry. And does Brown have to there was something in his thing that he did speak to the plaintiff's counsel, but that doesn't mean that he did. We're all going to be on the internet. Oh, I'll have to use my hour at the house to go buy a box of chocolates for Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day's been spent with my partner, seeing how mad I can make them and how long it will be before they say that. Maybe he can respond with gifts. True. You need chocolates to get on Valentine's. Oh, I know. I did laugh the first time I saw it. I was like, April Fool's, and realised it was only February. Then I was, there was confusion in there too. There was a bit of confusion. And then I thought, I must be mad, because I thought the judge said not to file anything. I'm sure the judge said not to file anything. So then I had to ask people, did the judge say not to file anything? They go, yes, the judge did not. And so, yeah. So don't roll, the judge is out the window. That ship has sailed. That ship has sailed, bibbly bobbly boo. That ship has long sailed. She said contact each other. That's correct. And of course, Saltsy's not going to say, oh, go for it. Go, I want you to sanction me. He's going to say no. He probably said a few choice words. And then he's done it again. That's right. Or that's right. All over the courts. Yep. It's sus that Laurie Ann talked about the bar complaint in her declaration, and now Brown trying to get sanctions themselves. Yes, Dutch Spirit. Yes, it is. Well, guys, I'm going to have to call it a night because I've got 7 minutes of freedom left. Not that I want to do anything, but can't wait till the judge addresses it. But I'm actually getting tired. So, and now that my days are clear, I might catch up with some sleep tomorrow. Mummy's not going to be I don't think she's very happy. She wasn't very happy the first time. She's not me happy now. Look, there's a part of me that still can't believe these. I like, it's just, for me, it's stupid. Tomfoolery, I tell you, tomfoolery. Run around. I don't have a garden, Nikki. I actually just have a courtyard. That's okay. So look, I will be on tomorrow night now because I'm not working. I can't believe I haven't. So hopefully when I see you next time, I'm hoping there'll be a court filing to discuss. I'm hoping. Thank you to everyone that joined my Patreon. So lovely of you. Thank you all. It's pinned if you're interested. I also have a PayPal account. So just thank you all very, very much. Very appreciated. I'm still working on what I'm going to do for the different levels and stuff. So bear with me. But you know what? Maybe Maybe I'll get all the Patreons a sticker. I'll send everyone, get a sticker for everybody. How would you like that as your perk? Join, become a Patreon, and you too can learn that Russia isn't China. Yep. All right. So same time, same place for the next 5 nights. Well, Christoph Van Always, so I've got Patreon. I have a website that takes Stripe, but if you want to send me a message to my email address, because it's in the about section, we can chat. All right, see you all later. Thank you very much.